Happy Easter. I hope all of you are having an amazing Easter so far. I know it's not quite normal, and that's okay. And some of you may have even done your Easter celebrations yesterday on Saturday because the weather was so nice. And here today, it's raining. We can't really go out and try to do whatever kind of Easter egg hunt we can do in this safer at home time, or we aren't really being able to be with family, but that's okay. Because Easter is a happy time. And Easter is not only happy because of all the colorful eggs and the wonderful outfits that people get to wear on Easter, and the chocolate and some more chocolate and the wonderful food and getting together with family, but Easter is a happy time because of what happened thousands of years ago. When Christ came to the earth, lived as a man on earth, and then went to the cross and bore all of our sins so that we could have hope of salvation, so that we could have new life. And he did all that for us, and that's what Easter is about. It's about remembering that time and thinking about that sacrifice, and that, regardless of what our situation is today, whether we're stuck at home, whether we didn't get to Easter egg hunt, whatever it is, that is what matters. With all the fears going on, Christ's sacrifice is what matters, because through that sacrifice, he conquered death, he conquered fears, he conquered sin, so that we could have the hope of salvation and we could have that relationship with God. And that is what makes Easter happy. And if you're not familiar with the Easter story, and maybe you are, but maybe you struggle sometimes on how to tell it, here's a quick little video that tells the Easter story with laundry. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope it helps you to learn maybe a simpler way to tell the story of Easter to people that you come in contact with.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God. Love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of His own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked Him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then He died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely He was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took His body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
I hope you enjoyed the video. I found that really incredible. And honestly, since I've started editing a lot of videos in the last few weeks, I can respect whoever made that video a lot more because I think that took a really long time. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was a neat way to see the Easter story, and hopefully it'll help some things stick with you that maybe might slip your mind from time to time. But knowing that story, it always amazes me that God came to earth. God sent Jesus in his form of his Son to earth to die for us and to be resurrected, to let us know that no matter what we're going through, we can handle it because of Christ. No matter what adversities we're going to face, we can handle that because Christ. Because Christ is alive, we can do so much. Or we could say, I can blank because Jesus is alive. For example, I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. I can have hope because Jesus is alive. And what I want you to do right now is I'm going to pause the video and put a picture up. And I want you with your family or with your friends or wherever you are right now to stop and add to this list and think what it is that is possible in your life or your family's life because Jesus is alive. So stop and ask yourselves, take a moment. You can even hit pause if you need more time and ask, what can go in that blank? I can blank because Jesus is alive. So take a few minutes and do that. I hope you had some really great conversations going and continue that conversation. What's great is to think about all the things that I can do because of Christ and to think back on the past and think of all the things that we've accomplished in life because of what Christ did for us. And then think about how he can help us in the future. And I hope that you take the rest of your day today and you continue to make happy memories, happy Easter memories with your family. Because I guarantee you, this will be an Easter that you don't forget. And something to help those memories start to get formed, let's do something fun. Send us a picture or go on Instagram and post it and tag the youth group in it, the youth group Instagram, and send a picture of your family on Easter. It could be in the pajamas on your couch doing this Devo. It could be dressed up on the front porch, or it could be an old Easter picture. Whatever it is. But I think that would be a great way to celebrate with everybody, and we can all look at those pictures together. So take a picture, post it to Instagram, post it to Facebook. Be sure and tag the youth group in that, and we'll all enjoy Easter together. Take care. Have a great day. I love you. I mean it. And hopefully we'll see you soon.